Good morning to all. Welcome back to today's physics class. Today we are going to discuss about types of thermometers. In our previous class we discussed about thermometer is a device that we are using to measure the temperature of an object, and we learned the working principle of thermometer, that is expansion of liquids on heating. And today's class we are going to discuss about the types of thermometer. There are two types of thermometers, that are laboratory thermometers and clinical thermometer. Laboratory thermometer and clinical thermometer. First we can discuss about laboratory thermometer. The first type of thermometer is laboratory thermometer. In this laboratory thermometer, we are, as the name indicates, we are using this laboratory thermometer for performing the experiments in the laboratory. And here you can see a picture. In this picture you can see the laboratory thermometer. It consists of a fine capillary tube protected with a glass tube. And this glass tube is considered as the stem of the thermometer. In this stem of the thermometer there will be various range of temperature, and in this laboratory thermometer the temperature range is minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. That means here you can see a wide range of temperature we can measure by using this laboratory thermometer. And this stem of the thermometer we can express both in Celsius scale and Fahrenheit scale. Okay. When we consider by using this laboratory thermometer we can measure the temperature of, and at the same time I already told you that it consists of a fine capillary tube protected with a glass tube. That glass tube is considered a stem of the thermometer, and the lower end of the capillary tube is converted into a glass bulb, and in that bulb there will be thermometric liquids. That thermometric liquid is considered as mercury, and upper end of the laboratory thermometer is sealed. Okay, so these are the structural arrangement of this laboratory thermometer. And when we consider about this laboratory thermometer, we can, by using this laboratory thermometer, we can measure a wide range of temperature from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. And at the same time, when we need to measure hot object and cold object in this temperature range. Okay, and when we consider, if we need to find the temperature of an hot object, like we are taking in hot water in a beaker, in that case what we have to do, we have to place the thermometer or dip the bulb of the thermometer into this hot water containing beaker. At that time this thermometer, the bulb of the thermometer, one liquid is there. That liquid name is mercury. Okay, so this already I told you that the working principle of thermometer, expansion of liquids on heating. So when we place this laboratory thermometer, when it contacts with an hot object or hot water, the liquids present in the bulb of the thermometer starts to expand, which means it rises up. Expansion means increasing the volume. So it rises up, and after some time it stops the rising. That means the temperature of the hot objects, when it's equals to the temperature in the capillary tube, it stops rising. So that time we can read the temperature. That time we can measure the temperature of hot water. At the same time, when we consider about this cold object, when this thermometer comes in contact with a cold water, at that time what will happen is this bulb of the thermometer, that temperature or mercury levels falls off and it starts to contract. Okay, so, and now we can discuss the working of this laboratory thermometer with the help of an activity. One activity which is given in your textbook, that is we have to measure the temperature of a hot water by using the laboratory thermometer. For this we have to take an iron stand and at the same time quarter of hot water in a beaker, at the same time laboratory thermometer. That's laboratory thermometer. With the help of this iron stand we can that bulb we have to immerse into the hot water containing beaker. At that, in this case you can see that the temperature level increases, or that means temperature level increases. How can we understand? The level of mercury rises up, or this thermometric liquids expand and rises up, and at particular point it is stops rising. That here you can see, here it is 80 degrees Celsius. So we can say that the temperature of that hot water is 80 degrees Celsius. Are you clear? So that's all about this laboratory thermometer. Now we can discuss about clinical thermometer. Okay, so second type of thermometer is clinical thermometer. Clinical thermometer is a type of thermometer that we are mainly using to measure the human body temperature. And maybe you have a doubt that why we can't able to use this laboratory thermometer for measuring the temperature of human body. In this clinical thermometer for measuring the temperature of human body, and we can't why we are not using this laboratory thermometer for measuring the human body temperature? That means normally when we are going for the hospital for fever and all, then first they will check our temperature. How they are checking our temperature? They have placed the thermometer into our mouth, right? And after some time they will take out the thermometer from our mouth, then they read the temperature reading by using the thermometer. But when we are using this laboratory thermometer, if we are using instead of this clinical thermometer, what will happen? When they are take out the laboratory thermometer from our mouth, so that time suddenly this thermometer or laboratory thermometer comes in contact with the air. At that time sudden decreasement of this mercury level. So we can't able to get the correct or accurate measurement of our body temperature. To avoid this kind of sudden changes or these kinds of errors in measurement of temperature, we can use this clinical thermometer. Here in this picture you can see the clinical thermometer. In this clinical thermometer, the lower portion you can see some bending. So this bending avoid this sudden decreasement or sudden changes in the mercury levels in the thermometer. So that bending avoid or prevent the sudden falling or sudden changes in the level of mercury when it takes out from a person's mouth. Are you clear? So at the same time, we are in the case of clinical thermometer, I already told you that we are using it for measuring the temperature of human body, and the temperature range in clinical thermometer, it starts from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Okay, in clinical thermometer there will be a short range of temperature. Here you can see a wide range of temperature, but in clinical thermometer 35 to 42. Why it happens like that? Because in the case clinical thermometers, that temperature range from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius, right? And why we are using this very short range of temperature? Because in the case of human beings, their body temperature will not exceed in other than this limit. That means their body temperature every time it will be between 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. At the same time, this we can express it in degree Fahrenheit also. In degree Fahrenheit, that 35, it will becomes 94 degree Fahrenheit to 108 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, so this clinical thermometers we are using only for the purpose of measuring the temperature of human body. Okay, so that's all about these two types of thermometers. Now we can discuss about how can we read a clinical thermometer, or how can we measure the temperature of a clinical thermometer. The first point is that we should consider the temperature difference in two consecutive values. In a clinical thermometer, when we consider the range of temperature from 35 to 42, we already discussed it. So the scales that we can consider like this. From here 35 degrees Celsius. In between some small divisions will be there, and more divisions you can see, then 36 like this. So in between we have to first consider difference between two consecutive values. Here 35 and 36 is there. So what is the difference between 36 and 35? 36 minus 35, that is 1 degree Celsius, right? And like this small divisions also you can see. So each small divisions, that difference also we have to consider. So in between this 35 to 36 there will be 10 divisions are there. Okay, so one small division that we can consider, 10 division, 1 by 10, which is equal to 0.1 degree Celsius. So sometimes the mercury levels, according to the mercury levels we can record the temperature. So once we consider that in the capillary mercury levels reads up to here. Okay, so that time how can we take the readings? 35, this one is 35.5, 35 and 8. So here we can say 35.6 is the temperature. So like that we have to, first point is that we have to consider the difference in each and every sections. Okay, difference in the consecutive values in the thermometer, that we have to find out, and each small divisions there will be 0.1 degree Celsius. And second point is that when we are using the thermometer, before the use we should wash the thermometer with an antiseptic solution, and after washing we should dry it with a cotton. This is the second point. And third point is that when we are using this clinical thermometer, before we are taking the temperature of an, or before we are using it, we should do some jugs. What do you mean by this jugs? We just shake it like this. So that time, why we are doing like that? We have to make sure that the level of mercury is below this 35 degree Celsius. Level of mercury, we should make sure that the mercury's level is below 35 degree Celsius. Okay, so that's why we should do some jugs before the use this. And the fourth point is that normally we know that we are placing in the mouth of the patients. Mouth of the patient means inside their mouth. So how we are placing it? We have to place it under the tongue of the person's mouth for 2 minutes. Okay, and then we are for measuring or for taking the temperature or measuring the temperature for a person, patient suffering from fever and all, we have to place this thermometer under their tongue for 2 minutes. After that we can take it out, but we should not give it for, in the case of children we are mainly placing these thermometers in their armpits. Okay, and after the last point is that means when we are take out the thermometers from the person's mouth, after that we have to take the measurement, right? So while measuring the temperature by using this thermometer, we should place the thermometer horizontally like this. We have to place, and we can measure or we can record the temperature. At that time we should never touch our fingers or our hands in the bulb of the thermometer. So it will also leads to some error in that measurement. So the upper part only we should place the or hold the thermometer. Okay, then that's all. These are the various points that you have to keep in mind while reading a thermometer, clinical thermometer. And one more thing you just remember, nowadays we can that digital thermometers is also available in hospitals and all. But why? Because this thermometric liquid is mercury. This mercury is actually toxic in nature, like poisonous in nature. So is there any kinds of breakage in the thermometer? It will be to avoid these kinds of unfavorable situations, we can use this digital thermometer, and this easily we can get the values by using this digital thermometer. Okay, and next topic is that the precautions that we have to take care while reading a thermometer. The first thing is that we should wash the thermometer before and after the use by an antiseptic solution. The first point is that wash the thermometer before and after the use. And second point is that when we are using the thermometer while taking the reading, and also we should never touch the bulb of the thermometer. That is the second point. And third point, we can say that when we are using this thermometer, we should handle it with care. How? That means if this thermometer, when it's touched to an or hit on a sharp objects, it will leads to the breakage of this thermometer. So to avoid this situation, we have to handle it carefully. And next one, the next point is that when we are using the thermometer, this bulb of the thermometer we should never place it in a boiling water. Why? In boiling water, when we place the bulb of the thermometer into boiling water, it will also leads to the breakage of thermometer. And the last point is that we should never place the thermometer for a long time in sunlight or near the flame and all. That also will leads to the breakage of the thermometer. So that's all about the precautions that we have to take care while handling this thermometers. So now we can conclude today's class. Today's class, first we discussed about different types of thermometers. First one is laboratory thermometer and clinical thermometer. In the case of laboratory thermometer, we learned that these are mainly we are using for performing the experiments in the laboratory, and it having a temperature range from -10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Then we learned clinical thermometer and its temperature range of temperature from 35 to 42 in Celsius scale and 94 to 108 in Fahrenheit scale. Then we learned about how can we read a clinical thermometer, then what are the precautions. Point wise you have to learn each and every points. So that's all about today's class. Thank you.